Hello everyone and welcome to So Many Games Total Time. My name is Joachim and today we'll be reboxing Endless Winter Paleoamericans. Now, if you've seen any of my reboxings before, you know that I'll open a box, go through everything, take everything out, and then put everything back in. Okay, so this is actually quite easy because the box came with an actual overview of how to do it. There we go. But I still decided to make a video because in the beginning you might not know what the solo cards look like, what the solo nomad token looks like, what the module cards look like, and so on. So that's why I decided to make a video anyway, right? So also some of the promos are not mentioned. Okay, first of all, you see the paper has two sides. All right, so anyway, I'll put this on the side. So first of all, you have this stuff is not supposed to be in here. First of all, you have the rule books. As you can see, I've played a couple of times already, so it's a little bit more messy. Okay, so all the rule books, big and small, are all on the top left side, and then we have the boards. Now, if you're like me, if you have the mats, technically you don't. Well, this one, of course, you do need. This is the cave painting one. These two you technically don't need anymore if you have the mats, or if you want to play on a smaller surface, you can keep it, I guess. But I'm keeping it anyway. So this is the hunting grounds board. This is the main board. Okay. Then we have the 4 cave paintings. As you can see, they've already been assembled. It's very simple, you know, just put it in and then that's it. And there's a reason why it's like this, because it keeps the main board nice in the middle. So we have the cave paintings, all right. Then we have the player boards, the 4 player boards, okay. Then we have the idle board, the double-sided idle board. Okay. Then we have this. We'll go into that in a second. Then we have these 2 foam pieces. Now, these you're supposed to take out of the main foam piece and then put it here so that it's the same level. Now, hopefully you did not throw it away because you do need it. Okay. You say it as well here on the page. It says here foam spacer. All right. So we'll put that on this side. So then we have the trays for the players, the 4 player trays. There we go. There we go. And then here we have the expansion tray. There we go. In the middle we have the markers. Okay, I'll put them here on the right side. And then here we have the main tray. Okay, so let's take a look in detail at the main tray, shall we? Let's start with that. So what is in the main tray? First of all, these chiefs, but they should already be in there, with the exception of the mammoth. If you have that expansion, this is where the mammoth goes. You have the boards here. If I remember correctly, they're also already in it, but if you have the painting expansion, cave painting, you can put this in here as well. You have the recessed one and you have this one. They're basically the exact same one. This is just recessed, this is not. So once again, you don't necessarily need this. They just give you both in case of which version you have, because if you don't have the recessed version but you do get a recessed one, it's kind of silly, and vice versa. Here you have all the tiles, very simple. But there is one expansion tile I put in here, and then once again is the cave painting one. But all the other tiles are the regular tiles. Okay, let's put them all together. If you want to save yourself some setup, you could put all the glacier tiles together and all the same type tiles together as well, because they require it in setup. They might say take one of each, and so on and so on. Here I then have the culture cards. Now you can recognize the culture cards because of this, and also because it's blue. Some culture cards are actually in here, but then they'll have the color of that player. So they're blue, and they have the 1s and the 2s in the top left corner. All right, so those are the culture cards. This is the back of the card. These are, yeah, so you can see, and this card is there as well. I forgot the exact name, but basically it kind of separates the both decks. So this has to be there as well. All right, so this card. All right, they all go here. Then here I have the chief cards. Okay, there you go. And then it also says the module cards, which I have as well, but I think I put most of them here as well. We'll see. These cards are the tribe members. Now you can recognize them because of the top right corner. It has like the helmet icon. So the base game has all these. You have the shaman, you have the hunter, you have the pathfinder, you have the crafter, and you have the elder. So all those are in there, and also they're all blue. Okay, once again, you might have some with your player, but then they'll be red. Okay, so this, or a different color, player color. So they all go here. You can see there's still a lot of space left, but that is also usable for sleeving, of course. These tokens here, these are the glacier tokens. Okay, so there's a bunch of them. One of them you could put in here. Do you have space actually? I don't think so actually. There's one extra one for an expansion, but that goes in the expansion box. Everything else goes here. So this is one side. The other side are the rewards that you might get. So they go here. Okay. And it is with a point up. Okay. I'm saying point up because some of them are point downwards, I guess, whatever. These are the rest tokens. Okay. And I think these are, I added the one for the cave painting expansion as well, because once I played with this, I don't want to play it without it anymore. So that's why I already put it here. And I think that's what they want because there's space for it, you know, still nicely fits with all of them. Those are the rest tokens. Okay. These ones are the sacred stones. Now you have two sets. You have the level 1s and the level 2s. Okay. So you put them together, actually supposed to be like this, but I like to keep them obviously separated. And then you have to put these face down, okay? There we go, like this. And then that's done. Then we have this set here. I have a couple of things. First of all, I have the round marker. So that's the mammoth. This is actually all the solo player stuff. This is the nomad token, all right? This is the scorecard for the nomad. Scorecard for the nomad for the animals that he scores. These yellow ones are the map cards. You can see the front looks like this. Okay. This is all solo. This is reference cards to see what he does if he can't do certain things. The back looks like this, which has to do with building villages. With building villages, yeah. And these are the nomad cards. Okay. The other side looks like this. So all this together, I put here. Okay. The round marker, I guess you could also put here, whatever, but I put it there. And then here we have the animals. All right. So first of all, the Hagerman horse is from the cave painting expansion. You can see it here. This is the icon from the expansion. It also has a torch that makes it obvious. Also, the back looks like this, but also I added these cards, which I'll talk about in a second. These are all the other animals. They have to be shuffled, by the way, okay? And you can see even now, you can see that I've played already because some are still together. Okay, so all those animals go here. And then these cards here, these with this back, these are the starting cards in the game. You hand people a card and that's the starting resources. Okay, they're all different. So I put them here because they're the same size, obviously. And then here you have the starting hands and the player aids. Basically, you also shuffle these, give them to people, and then you'll know if you're first, second, third, or fourth. Okay, so they go in here. And then the Hagerman horse as well. So that is this one. Now I do want you to kind of be careful. It matters how you put these guys back in because you can see the shape, okay? Also, if these cards are like way on the edge, then it might block the side, so you might damage your cards. So be careful, make sure they're always on the inside, and then you should be fine. Or the other way around actually, because you can see you have this here. You don't want to pressure your cards per se. So up, and just see. Up. Yeah, if you think this is bad, you should play Stars of... no, not Stars of Aquarius, that's not true. You should play Role Player Adventures. Okay, this is fine actually. Okay, so then we put this back in the box on the left side, as we've seen before. All right. There we go. And then we move on to the player boxes. Let me move it somewhere else. So there's a bunch of stuff in one box. I'll only do, well, I'll show you the covers first of all. Because you have different tribes, of course, and different tribes have their own cards. So make sure you put the right ones with the right set. So for example, let's look at the bison. There we go. This, everybody knows this already. These are the 3 villages, you know, very, very, very obvious. Here, you'll put the stones, the megalith stones. So 8 of your own color and then 2 neutral ones. All right. So 8 and 2. So total is 10. Then you have the cards. So this is the burial card. As you can see, the bison. You see the bison here as well. So like I said, this is a culture card, but it's red because of the color of the player. So you should have 2 of these. Okay, and then you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal tribesmen, 1 tribeswoman, and 1 brave. Okay, those would be the cards that you should have. So burial card, 2 culture cards, so altars, communal feasts. Then you should have a brave, a tribeswoman, and then 5 tribesmen. And then what else is in here? Because you can see there's a bunch in there, right? First of all, you need to have a base for your chief. Then you need to have 2 warriors. They all look different for each clan. Okay. Then if you have the expansion, you will have 1 raft. If you have the deluxe version, you will also have these, which are the idol tokens. If you don't have it, it looks like this. These are the idols in the base version. Also, these megaliths, base version, they look like this. All right. Okay. So I think that's the only difference as far as the resin upgrade goes. So nothing else to worry about when it comes down to that. So what else do we have here? We have the token. The turn order token is this. We have, everybody has 2 resource cubes. Okay. There we go. Then we also have your camps. Everybody has 5 camps, is it? Yes, 5 camps. And then there is one more difference between the retail version and the deluxe. These are these 100 point markers. I put both of them in so people can choose which one they want to use. So yeah, so this basically needs to be in your box. You have your 3 villages, 8 megaliths of your color, 2 neutral ones, the 100 token, which you can actually flip over and then it's just a regular token. You have your turn order marker, the raft if you have the expansion, the idols, deluxe version, this is the base version. You have the warriors, 5 camps, 2 resource markers, and a chief base. Okay, so I'm not going to do that for every color because it's basically the same, right? There's not much difference whatsoever. The only card that's different is this. All the other ones, they basically look the same, they just have a different color, okay? Or they might be visually a little bit different. Let's just open one more and then you can see the difference. Let's take yellow. There we go. So obviously the megaliths are the same. The cards, okay, they do look different, but once again you have the icon and their name. So the tribesmen, 5 tribesmen, 1 tribeswoman, 1 brave, and then the altars and communal feast, the culture cards, okay? And everything else here is also actually the same. Of course, the warriors look a little bit different, but the color is super obvious, right? Okay. And so I'll just show the cards of the other boxes. So this is the green, we have this one, and then the tribesmen, you can see the icon here, 5 tribesmen, tribeswoman, brave, altars, communal feasts, and everything else there. And then the final one, I call them the nomad because when I play solo, for some reason I always play against purple. So this one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tribesmen, tribeswoman, brave, altars, communal feasts, and everything else in there. Okay, cool. So then we put this back in the box. So that is on the right side. Doesn't matter which side they face, honestly. Alright, and then we move on to the next one, and that is the expansion box. Now, of course, it depends on how many and which expansions you've bought, how many promo cards you have as well. Once again, you do have a card that, you do have the page that details it, but it doesn't talk about everything, alright? So I guess you could say the module cards is the promos that go in the original one, but I'll show you what I've done. So these 3 are from the Rafts expansion, okay? These 3 tiles, you can see there's an indentation, so they fit nicely, okay? Same expansion, all right? So they go on the top. I can actually leave them on the top as I take out the other stuff. But yeah, obviously that goes on the top. And then there's a bunch of stuff in here, so I'll do one by one. Okay, first of all, here we have also from the Rafts expansion the different bases. Okay, you can see the different tribes. Okay, and this is the other side, basically the same. So they go here, and you put it like this. Up. All right. So I'll leave this in for now. Here. Also from the same one, you put the landmarks. So this is one. The name escapes me. The pylon, I guess. And then these are the other 4. You just put them in any order. Just put them in the space that you have here. They fit nicely. There's no indentation here, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. Here you have the animals, but also a couple of other cards. For example, I have the promo for the squirrel and nut promo that's in there, okay, from Ice Age. The Yeti promo is in there for me. Stellar Sea Cow is from the Rafts expansion. You can see it because of the river, all right? Then we have all the, basically the Ancestors expansion, if I'm not mistaken, all the animals here, okay? There's no other special animals here. It's just all from the same one. So these I put together. Because in the end, they're all animals, you know, and they're all expansions, so you have to decide whether you put them in there or not. Then in this part, I have same, see the coin, that's the Ancestor expansion. So here you have the replacement of all the basic ones, the basic tribe members. So you have the Tracker, you have the Trailblazer, you have the Napper, you have the Storyteller, and you have the Healer. Now, aside from that, you also have 5 new chiefs that I put there. I give I put them there as well, once again, because of the expansion and they have the same token. You also have these new culture cards. There's 10 of them, right? So I put them in there as well. They're, oh, I forgot the exact name, but once again, the back looks like this. Prosperity and Strife, if I'm not mistaken. So I put these there as well, because once again, you're not using them every game unless you want to. If you hear a faint humming in the background, it's because I turned on the AC. It was getting too hot in here. Okay, then this area is basically one that I just decided to put there. These are the expansion, like the promo cards and everything that are not mentioned. But I guess they could actually go in the main box where I said there's module cards here. I guess you can put them there as well. It doesn't really matter. To me, they're expansions, so I put them in the expansion box. So yeah. So Aurora Borealis is in there. They look like this. Okay. Then we have the ceremonial grounds. They look like this. The backs. Let me show you. Oh yeah, the Aurora Borealis. This is the back, so that's just the normal back. Then we have the ceremonial grounds. They look like this. And on the other side, they look like this. Okay. I'll put that there as well. Basically all the promos. Okay. Then we have the canine familiars, which is basically all the dogs. All right. So we have the flanker, the companion, the guardian, the navigator that I put there. And then we have the ceremony cards. See ceremony here. That I put there as well. So basically all the promos I put in there together. Once again, you can just put them, because it says module here, you can actually put them in the base part. But like I said, I'm not going to play with this every game, so I decided to put them there. This one here is from the Rafts expansion as well. This one replaces the mountain space, the warrior, so he's in there too. And then the final one is the cave painting expansion. It has 5 culture cards, and then the painter that replaces that basically put into the fire spot that you use once again for the cave painting expansion. That one goes there. Now you can see I haven't put these two back because you have the fish here. So all the fish go there, but there's actually space here, and what I put in here is one stone, sacred stone, that is from the Rivers and Rafts expansion. So I put it here because I'm not going to play with it every time. And then, like I mentioned before, the other glacier, this is for the painting one, is in here. There's no room in the other spot, so that's why it's there. And then the remaining 3 fish I put there. If you put the other stone here, then the fish kind of don't have enough space. So in this case, if you do it like this, the fish actually have enough room. There we go. So I'll just put them back. And that is it. Actually, this is the this takes care of all that. And if you want to know how to put this back on top, just look for the indentation here, because that basically refers to wherever the pylon is. It's not pylon, but yeah, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. So you know how to put it then. Okay. And then you put it back in the box. Voila. Now I put it this one I put it to the inside because I don't want it to poke here and potentially damage it. So I have it faced inwards instead of outwards. Then you put this here, the foam, and then it's just the case of putting everything back the way we put it in the first place. So the idle board, the player boards, then you put the cave paintings here. Now there's one thing that you might notice here. It makes it seem like these cave painting boards, they actually fit into each other. It's not the case when you actually have them in front of you. Okay, they don't match up. There's no seamless fits, as you can see. Okay, that simply doesn't match. So don't try. Then the main board, followed by the hunting grounds and the cave painting, and then all the oh, I'm going too fast. My goodness, I forgot the pens. The pens normally go in the middle, but honestly you can put the pens wherever. If you put it here, it will have absolutely no effect. But according to this, you're supposed to put them in the middle, but I forgot. And then you put the rule books here, all of them. And then you're done. Put this on top. And then you have box farts. And then you have successfully reboxed Endless Winter. There's obviously no lift whatsoever. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Do stick around, think about subscribing and all the other stuff. My name was Joachim, and always will be. This was So Many Games at a Time. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.